So, first premise given that a plus a equals a plus b, and b in this case is always the negation of everything by definition of what a is by, logically speaking, a plus a. Meaning instance of a plus instance of a is a, but also plus b. Meaning, if I love my wife, my life loves me back, then therefore, by our definition of what we are then just a, meaning the love of that idea. Now, in a plus negation of c equals a, what is meant by this? Well, it's a zero equation. Meaning a plus what is not of the sort of anything or something, it's a zero equation. I come to explain it in a second. Equals a. Now, then in the end, a or negation of b equals a plus or c. So that's the end equation. And what does the end equation say? Well, the final, meaning the conclusion, the equation premise, are not the conclusion. That's basically one step of the idea. Now, a plus negation of b equals a is the first idea. And then we come plus or c. And that is a little bit weird, because at this point we would need to understand why a plus negation of c, wrong, why a plus negation of b makes also c, but not rc. And that is rather difficult. Agree, rather difficult, because that's an error number. Meaning a plus whatever can also just be nothing, meaning or perfect equals c. And for that, then the truth is then set on the idea that even if a is just the zero, meaning no influence on that idea, added to that sort of being added to that sort of idea is then only the equation by which c is then derived to any whatsoever non guiding conceptualization of whatever is supposed to become of zero by error to become zero. Because if negation of all instances that derive something to be not of that sort is also equaling not, meaning not idea, then C is the perfect error number that is proving that A can be only in the instance of where that is maybe also true. Now that's not the end conclusion, right? The end conclusion is rather something different. The final conclusion. The final conclusion is rather of some other sort. Meaning, if we then understand that the conclusion by which A plus or negation, better said, or plus negation of C, meaning the idea to any that is of sort, that will lead up to this idea that there is no error in adding the negation of the error to maybe or not arriving or sentenizing, like previously mentioned, when there is a sentence, find guiding, or ending up at A, meaning same state. You kind of get where this idea goes. So for example, if I throw a coin, meaning I have a coin flipped in some way that it's flipped, plus our negations that it would not be flipped or that there would not be difference in the coin spinning around in the air and therefore morphing around. Syntax wise speaking. Then if we enter at A, we need the error variable to not be there at all. But it could be. And this only goes if the idea of premise by which B is not in the equation right is wrong. Meaning, by the degree that C is or is not, but not yet the negation, but maybe the negation, but the or, obvious logic, that A plus negation of B ends up at A, only fundamentally, but not in all truth yet speaking. That if that would become philosophically true and relevant, then the error to finding which is of no idea to where to become, that there should be something in the variance of what is to become, meaning being A, then that is truly not of relevance for anything that is of idea of love. And the idea of love is the most perfect in this idea, but needs to be chosen by love. Otherwise it's not love by definition, and also not by this equation. So sex is love, lust is supernova of something, like in the song Supernova of Love. Meaning, why does love need to be chosen freely and last for that as well? Just like sex. Logically. Not that I ever had the experience with my wife. We might have that chosen freely, which is nice then. It was wanted. But to love her was always a choice. And an emotion. And state of mind. And me. Rather difficult. Is that true? Like, is it fundamentally true? Yes, it is. Now, if A, meaning love, is by its definition what's exclamating everything else that is not of its own choice. Yeah. Plus, an instance like A equals up in A. Plus, by premise, negation of B. And see the error. For example, in finding a way by negation of B. Or RC, the non-error, or by error, to equal up in B after this equation. That is the fundamental value to which that would need to be uploaded by any sort of mean. Somehow degree. Meaning, if love is now, as previously mentioned, of the same idea, meaning two different people, two different states, but freely chosen and never in an interesting or different result, but only love, meaning emotionally bound by yeah. Then love would be the perfect concept with one error. So women have fundamentally a fear of being left or not enough. And men, the fear of not being good enough and being cheated on. Yeah? Must be. A little bit. All four you cannot have by this syntax. That would be true. It would be proof of being life itself. It would be truly a miracle, and one that is after the idea that you exist. Now, can you destroy something that is perfect, meaning something that is a person, something that is of a person, to be of a person, to cycle, meaning be interacting with a person, anything? Can you destroy something that is perfect by something that is anything, meaning negation, meaning also negation of B? Oh, not really. So, can you actually by love, if it's really chosen, meaning it lasts somehow. That the error in your thinking is true? No. I said, if you have the idea of being left, not being enough, that's dreaming yourself to something. If you have the fear of not being good enough, and being maybe left or cheated on, you're stable, logically. And why can you not have all of this? All for instances of this idea that mean they cannot be the same. We see to something, even if you would calculate the variable as c, meaning if you understand that a plus whatever is of this idea is to become a, but only by being a concept. The negation of b to not arrive at that concept is that you cannot have something that is stabilizing you, but yet dreaming yourself to something while you try to stabilize what is not to become of your imagined being while you want to have that dream and being in that dream. You can yet still do that if you're male. You can have a part that thinks itself to do, meaning being something in some ideas of itself, but not dreaming towards. No. Logically speaking, it's of course not totally true, but philosophically speaking, psychologically wise, in psychology, then that would be bad. That is not of matter, because psychology wise, you cannot have something that's, logically speaking, while it is in philosophy true by something that is only of science. No, that true. What is true? Dream 1. You're not good enough by maybe being stable, which is a woman. With dream 2. Hello, me. That there is something that is could be better, maybe left out, not something like that. Can by definition only be perfect to each other if it truly is of this sort. And cannot be destroyed by imperfection, perfection, or anything. Only by its error to itself. They're clear. They're 100% clear. No? No. Good. Because how do you want to destroy something that only knows what something? Meaning, cannot test it. Love is egoistic. Love is selfish. Totally beyond meaning, but never wanting to be tested. Knows it's ours. But that doesn't mean you cannot ask the person, for example, did you achieve or something. That's not the point. That all works, even if it's not. It would be not. To know the other person in total, always overwatching the person works. Maybe even better. No. Self cannot be tested. Anyway. Which is in the variable of C by negation of B. Because, for example, if you are in the state of achieving stable being like me, or dreaming yourself to something, and then you cannot have the effort to becoming something that is stable, right, while it is to be in dreamed to or by any sort of being, maybe or not stable. So dream, maybe, meaning a woman. So a man with more fantasy understands women better. By basic default. No. Ja, women care about that. needs to understand it, but won't care for that. Meaning, anyway, how thus two of the same kind they make a pair. Two of the same sort. No matter way to write. Yeah. So what why would I say this? Because if you are in desire to be of stable idea, meaning being a man, that's why it's so much war to be a man, right? No matter in which situation you are, it's war. But not really. It's conflict by war or no war, meaning conflict by or a war, meaning negation of being. So if you're a man, you logically know this. A woman doesn't really. That's why she would be so easily used. But a man needs to realize this and has only some time to realize that. Which is depending on circumstance. And persons, yeah. People. Meaning, if stable by thought, desire is not of this idea. Meaning homosexuality is not only wrong, it's basic sin. Cannot be. It's not real. Every heterosexual man knows that I know. It's wrong. Woman does. See? Woman can be easily used. She can easily be negated. She needs to be cooked for, she needs to be cared for. She doesn't need all the opportunities in life or whatever, but she needs you to be really the person you are. And open need to be loved. Chosen by both sides and not most necessarily like this, but if chosen by both sides to be eternal, then eternal. Yet a man needs to realize all of these ideas in a time frame. He's too dumb to get that. And if circumstance bad, not good. Or enough. Meaning, that woman. That's always enough. And it's of love. A woman doesn't get that. Yeah, she does. Because if stable idea Meaning stable idea. Meaning is stable idea. Right? Psychosis. This is for pattern psychosis of Bedford. Even without you knowing that. I said I know what it is. It has nothing to do with it. Maybe. So a man is stable. Then all of its ideas are in death and fight. Night, but not by any. And a woman is dreaming herself in a miracle of light. Maybe in the night. Now, that would be rather bad, right? If that's true. How would this be true? Well, in the syntax, you may not understand that a lake of sea, meaning a river of lakes, meaning a plateau that is not of me, but an empire that is deaf, but not deaf. It's a deaf me. Then, no. But besides the point, because you must know this. Now, the question is, what the male can think itself into more ideas. Can it be with a person that is unlike this? No, no. Meaning the woman has a little more fantasy, but has a little. Yeah. Well, maybe that's intended, just like the man has more than one. Must be intended. No. Rest must be intended as well. And psychosis would be that there is no that dream, that there is none. Was a good. But that doesn't need to go for your emotions, or for how you view a situation, and you're just hindering, just in way of yourself, then emotions are not of relevance at that point. You need to be yourself. Oh, my mind. No, my mind. Of course. Logically. Because it's true, right? Emotions are of hindrance. They are of hindrance, but they are useful. Because this dark desire would destroy you. It cannot be stable. It is never of being stable. This dark desire, meaning this love that I just had, evil, omen, to all, would destroy you. You need to find some form or lesser idea to understand what would not happen. So by default, you could be incarnate evil. Or somehow could, right? Makes sense. Usually, at least. negation. Yeah. If all of that is said, being that there is no idea to what would be the man once you are in love with the woman, meaning an idea in the world, an encompassing idea in the world, or maybe, but also the person you love and that choose for you. Me, and me, the pentagram, but not really. Hey, it must not be a man. It's difficult to explain that. It's just an abstract something, not metaphor. I don't know. Because that gets problematic with what's dangerous at this point, to behold on that. So, the problem is rather that there is an idea to love if you are in error to that idea by sea or lake, but not by that empire, right? So, what is that empire of a man? Well, it's not that I didn't achieve it. The woman knows it. It's not, I didn't achieve it by myself either. It can be, but most likely, most often, it's not. It's more my dream has failed me. No, a woman is different. Because the woman knows the dream needs to be stable in being itself, but must not be stable. No, right? It's stable, but not in something. It's sort of mountain. Stable, yes, but must not be of pattern. Meaning, it can well be done in one regard. I don't understand the other idea whatsoever. We just stand them together. Right? Mm. Now, woman is different. Meow. Meow. See? Meow. It's not me. And I was always me. Yeah. It was gone for some time. No. That empire is not stable anymore. Meaning, by definition, a man cannot be trans. A woman could. Understand why? But a man also needs ideas and time to realize that, no matter how intelligent the person is in this regard. Meaning, best of understanding by by difference in difficulties, by velocity, meaning something that is of your own velocity, just. Now, why is love not What is this? To understand each other better, if that would be true. There's nothing to do with it. Give me a second. But maybe also a minute. So, man is stable. By definition, cannot be anything other that being stable. Yeah? A woman will always understand that she loves someone, that she is somehow unstable, but doesn't know why. Always. Now, water dripping from a dream of death? Toxic. Very toxic. Man being left for no reason? More toxic. But must not kill. The one we need to, usually speaking. Now, a man left in love, a woman left in love. Ghost of something and ghost of hell real. But something to do with it. Now, a lake of rivers. The sea of lakes. So I will get right. I agree. But not of stupidity. Damn right. I agree. Meaning, a stable lake of rivers is not possible. Cannot be that idea. One side. You can sound something, but not really not sound. You're not the music. Maybe can be off being in some idea, partially music. I always need to hold the other back. But not really. My emotions will be offended. Man gets this. The sociopath does better. No. Sociopaths do feel love, though. And desire for vengeance. But they don't need to. Justice is important. Very much important. Cannot be disregarded. No. Can never be disregarded. Because if you're unjust, you're fated life. Logically speaking. You're evil. Because you need emotions to be with this idea. And that is nothing but understanding your own emotions. No, wrong. Life is of the miracle of of any, meaning you cannot negate. You can, of course, but then you're evil. And if you don't have emotions towards it, you don't know how to control it. I mean, you're negating it by default. You need emotions to somehow negate life, even if you're evil. Dumb to believe a sociopath or someone even has no emotion, but sociopath most likely not even at first by default. No, love is A plus A equals A plus negation of B. No, plus B. So, all arrows aside, you can't negate it ever. No, it's logic, so. For any arrow. Whatever. And love is concept of proof by life. It's a miracle the other person exists. True, eh? And that you found and love with a person on free choice. No, yes. Mm. Nah. What might be relevant? Why do you keep kissing too much? So rational. What's wrong? Good. Yeah. Yeah, you should. Okay. So the instance of idea in thought of whatever is to be love. It's not of matter here. That has nothing to do with it. Back to discussion. A male is by default stable. A woman is somehow stable. A man with more fantasy understands a woman better. A woman understanding a little bit less stable a man. But only have the same idea. To the same kind there is not too good. I mean, yes. Idiotic, right? Not really. It must look that way. But just as important. Now, if you're unjust in the word anyway, fair that is. I mean, as soon as you negate it, life to this degree, you're still worthy of your being, but not worthy of understanding the miracle. Thus, you cannot use knowledge. Just thought. Jeez. Somehow. So what people say about you is relevant. No? Yeah. It's the truth. Women knows this about women. Must be. She's the opposite. Yeah. I hope not. I mean, I hope not. Yeah. So, what is a stable man? Someone who has desires in his being under his own control. And a good woman? Someone that she has someone who's perfect for her and really knows herself. Nothing else, nothing else. But therefore, a man needs to be a good man. Is that just as important? Even to some degree. Whatever. Because of something else as well. If you know that all that is of maybe, but as less, but oh. Well, no. Basic terms. Yeah, right. Just as important. Because as long as you're unjust, you negated the miracle. You negated life. You don't even understand and negate your own emotions. You are a negation of yourself and everything else as well. Doesn't matter. Only matters for yourself, not for justice. You are unjust. Isn't it logic? Exactly. Logic, right? So, most of your war, that may be good that way. It's anti-Christian, right? So, you know. Makes sense. Some, meaning, is of what it will encompass to be stable and make you stable will always be nothing but a dream. It doesn't need to be real, but it should not be in reality. It's irrational. The woman knows this as well. No, she doesn't. It's necessary for that. The mind will motivate itself. Sometimes even during the day. But the man's being an asshole, he would use it the other one. Does it not work? The other woman and the man. Meaning, all that is of that is no? True, but no. No? You're just an idiot then. Death is death. Nothing else. Nothing whatsoever. Right? Time. That's somehow determined for some to be forgiven. Determination for that, okay. Oedipus must usually not die, right? Strike him down. In this case, yes. 100%. No, the other case as well. Fuck's sake, what are you? So, basic problem is though, is it still okay? Has something to do with it. Logically. Can be different, but then he's not a man or a woman. It's rather difficult to answer this. Hold it. Them not. Back to discussion. Why is a man stable? But also homosexuality. Homosexual men must have the same idea. Women too. That's why lesbian fuck is so ideal. Right? We need to get this. Without harassment, usually. Rather difficult to understand. Because your innate desire is to have two of the same sort. You can have the same woman. Right? Yeah. And true, that is true. That is unofficial matter. It's a perfect desire. It's a stable desire, right? Yeah, no. Maybe, but doesn't need to be. Because you can have too much of something. You can have too much of desire. I said if the other one is an asshole, you use that. And you always are an asshole myself. Not paying your phone. Could I ring or touch her? So, the problem is though, that if a man is stable, and he is not he's perfect in his own regard, and you know, he's his own law. And one has to know. Usually. Also justice always speaking. But justice never quit. Or rather short-sighted. Vertically unjust, and all sorts of means. But not insulting someone. Right? Yeah. True that. And why? Would that be the case? Are you drunk? Oh no. Okay. No. Meaning. Meaning. No. Have your own way myself. That's not sexually meant. Right. Let's start the fight in the beginning. Justice doesn't care for that. Never. But on point. That much. Justice is not a matter. It's not an idea. It's not same. Not of sanity. Or sanity. Sanity. Or sanctity. Any of the sorts is not of justice. You're still speaking about the end or middle of process there. Not about reality, of course. Right? Dumb. Must be evil. The son will always fight for its parent. Hello. Unless he really tried. And all the parents were evil. But evil, truly evil. Hopefully. Not really. Evil wouldn't get her. Never. The fight is over. You cannot know. At least even Conan can. War aber schon so Reichsbauslauf, for fuck's sake. No. How would that be bad? Awful. Must not be good. That's good. So, basically speaking, and also someone sorry. I don't know anything. You try. Totally unbetter. Just dumb and retarded. Destroyed your own child by default. And gave the other ones away. Right? Yeah. That's even kind of. But predetermined to be like that. Doesn't matter. Wouldn't make sense to itself. But rape only on the last condition of itself necessary, permitted, right? Not under our conditions being like this. But usually, yeah, sure. But what if you can't turn even, God? What if your actions in your life can make you evil? Right? No. That's true, right? You can accumulate so many bad ideas. Is that like fault then? Back again. Done. Every time. Especially if you order yourself every time. Yeah. But you wouldn't know that. What makes sense to you? You may have already lived. Unlikely. More difficult. Much difficult. Back to topic. If it's such idea that you are just stable as a gift at a certain point. But to be stable in that you need to be. It's only a rapist at all costs, meaning a rape of man by a man would be justified by rape, but not just to be infinitely slaughtered. Now what is worse? Both. Instead, into sexual Now, what do you think of this for? Yeah, you might. But you will not be. What would it be? Evil. Try to throw some of your retard. No, perfect job. Yeah. What's the color? Yeah. So meaning. Interesting. Red like blood. Oh, it's food. Yeah. Oh, so? Are you sure? No, it's not a grenadine. Yeah, nothing in this room, but it smells like blood in the whole house. Not good. Not interesting much. No, now it's good, but other room. Interesting. Okay. Just as gonna care for that. It's irrelevant. Do that. Meaning, was stable. Stable is being you. What is somehow stable? Being you. No. What is love? Oh, it's a perfect choice. Somehow. Maybe somewhat. See? Fundamentally different. That's why cheating would be so bad. But only deserving of death. Who knows it? Man too. Unless you didn't make an eternal vow. It's logic. Just logic, nothing else. Or about yourself to a person at a total. It's weird. It's not a good idea again. It's not. See, making me talk about these topics makes me think bad. Would rather be bad to negate that. You're an idiot then. Just a bloody retard. The appetite you there. You know why? So basically, oh wait, that's a good opportunity. Um, so basically, um, man, well, you can always fall from grace, right? Don't recommend yourself. You can even grade yourself for that. Man knows it. Woman doesn't. But not to all extent. You couldn't even usually don't. Oh, I wanted to think evil. Why not do it? Yeah, that was something. I had me. I don't believe it. Whatsoever. I really rather hope not. Whatsoever. As never. A man and a woman are different by default. It's not a matter because if you understand that love is the perfect construct by conceptual something, then you would now understand that a stable person cannot feel love in all these ideas. It cannot be cheated on. An unstable person cannot feel love if it was betrayed. You know, men and women are different. This is obvious. It's very obvious. 100% obvious. And we have. And obvious. Is it obvious? But not obvious. It's obvious. But not obvious. It's just a cigarette, my wife. It doesn't do anything. It's better sounds good. 100% nothing else. And nothing else but ourselves. No, sociopathic for that moment, right? Not this time, I think. I'm just stable. So, well, that I'm gonna reach out then. Magic has its own rules, yeah. A plus A equals A, yeah. But on a negation of B, premise of conclusion. No, conclusion. Oh, pitiful. No. What would be a conclusion be? It would need to be drawn, of course. Yes. Irrational. No. Do you know that? Yes. No. Why can stable never be of unstability? If you listen to me till here, you must know you are I. We're not conscious. The world must have already fallen to all degrees. You're the ultimate weapon for some sort. If not, we really would have a problem. And I certainly can tell us something. But I don't need to. We don't. But it was fun, right? Put das nieder. In den Eiern sein. Ich finde Evil Force auch heute. Nee, nicht stable. Ja. Ja. Interesting. Meaning, if you understand that a stable person cannot be of the sort, then he should also not commit the fallacy. But being destabilized by circumstance might try. A successful problem. If destabilized by circumstance, problem. But besides the point. Go to me. If you understand that, you're already gambling. But are not of it anymore by your own doing. That was also your own choice. You would understand that. It's also then part of the gamble. It's evil. But being stable and doing that is irrational. But what is not is playing with yourself on this idea. Thinking evil thoughts. Doing a little trick here and there. Play. Right? So is that off your own doing? But not must be. But it's important. Not like that. Must be not, but it's most likely. No. Must be of own doing. The question is rather, why did you do it? You're bored of life and hate everything so much that you want to be bored of life. Again. Always. Most likely. Most likely. Most likely. Okay. Now, problem is a rather different idea though. What if circumstances make you unstable, meaning cause the idea of stable psychosis? When you are stable and have some problem, now the man has a problem with his own being. Doesn't mean his body changes or dearranges, but she also rearranges. That's rather bad. But justice cares for that. Must care for that. Otherwise, the society is not there. Let's just get down with it. But how it is. Now, what a gambler would use it, of course. A gambler uses every repertoire he has. I don't know, so no. Myself. Yes, still alive and not like this. Otherwise, we would not be like this. I would not even talk. Unless I'm just. Justice will be done. Less that, but justice would be done. Just like me. I love you so much. Anyway, the problem is rather, if a stable idea has the dream of being maybe stable. It can do all of that. But it cannot do certain other things. It's a man still, nonetheless. Not perfect in all way, but all of its own regard. It's a perfect law. She too. That's why Adam and Eve are perfect. They sacrificed something for knowing this. They put themselves out of the gun. God didn't care. I didn't need it. It's a game myself. You know what fate is. Now is it a moral choice? Of course. Does it need to be? Yes. Is there a different stable idea? Yes. Is power ideal? Yeah. What is power? Oh, that's a different story. Well, sacrifice sometimes comes power, but you know how to do it, and you need to be self-inspired to it. And do it yourself. You need to sacrifice yourself. Just like Jesus on the cross. It's not so difficult. Incarnate your soul. Incarnate Phoenix. Burning. Meaning, if that's true, you'll rather sin less. But to some sin you have already sinned. You have already done something to yourself. A sin to yourself. The rest you don't need. It's just one. Don't view me in that case as any of different. Must be right. Oh. You were never, right? No. Hey. Are you dumb? So, the arrow of love is this one. The arrow of sacrifice is there should be one. But maybe not, meaning none. Oh. The arrow of evil is it thinks too much. The arrow of good is feels too idealized. And a woman knows this, a man does too. So men are the law for themselves, the woman has always the law, and justice is important. Now, that out of the way. Why is that the case? No. Because justice cannot be not upholded to. If you refer to justice, you cannot not uphold to it. You can of course say it's just syntax, but it's not. Even if just syntax, it is not. And you're rather than just a retard. Right? I'll never go through. Just left power. Now, that's interesting, right? What is power? What's wrong? So it's attracting. No, of course not. No, power is not attracting something, and less power. Power attracts power. Truth doesn't attract power. It's not true. You just then also done retard. In my mind. You already negated emotions and way of life. But not under all circumstances. It was your choice. No. Then you gamble. I said, doesn't matter. Unless it's primeval sin. But not by damn. Meaning, forefathers of humanity must really have outdone themselves. But there wasn't Adam and Eve. Somehow. It depends. Really depends. What you think of that? Hey? No. Would that be worth it? No. Would that matter? No. Is it true? No. Would that matter? No. Would that matter? No. See, I know where I am and where I am. You cannot negate me. I don't care. Yeah. No, thank you, myself. Not like this. I don't speak like this. I'm not retarded. 100% not. Don't try to defeat me in my own game. I'm sociopath. Just telling you. I might not look like it. Yeah, myself. Stop not thinking evil thoughts. That's not a good idea. You know how you are and how you became yourself. You were around. I know. Yeah, that was my plan, man. Why even I commit suicide? But never mind. Okay. So, love is no miracle. That's true. But what is true about it? Unless you're not a woman. Like me. Interesting. Much interesting. More interesting. But besides the point. Yeah. So what do women attack? Maya. With what can they strike? Maya. With what do men defend? Maya. With what does anyone defend? Maya or violence? That's rather irrelevant. Because it's of no relevance whatsoever. Oh, no. Meaning, justice is important. If you don't uphold to it, you already know what you did and why you did it. You're dumb. But you think you're smart. Why not being dumb? That's... Nah. It's a different idea. It's somehow different, totally. But, fire? Oh, fire. Nighttime. Shut. Oh, yeah. a second or so. Let's try myself. Maybe yes. Oh, this is something, Suzanne. Somehow. Doesn't. I'm rather bad at this. At least more. Wait a second. I was. Yeah. Good at this. To that. Makes sense. It's obvious. Obvious too. 100% obvious too. 100% obvious. I mean, what's bad at this? Right? No. Toto. Interesting. Much interesting. So, I said, what's bad at this? I'm better. 100%. Better. Nice. So bad thoughts help my wife. Now I can better concentrate. But I don't need to do that. I don't think so. Let's check. Turn it around. I mean, light is light, right? Well, what? Doesn't flash. Doesn't stick. Like, oh, that moment I know. Not to play a part though.